Okay, here we are for round 3 with the blue-white tutelage deck. We're going to try and hopefully get a win under our belt here. Not too bad. Can at least stay alive for a little while with it. Can play... What do we got? Blue-red. So we're going to be playing some sort of controlling deck, obviously. A little bit of burn, maybe some snapcasters and such. See exactly which route they've taken, hopefully in a moment. Maybe getting a turn 1 Serum Visions. Not a big deal. Or just a... perhaps a counter spell? What are they doing? Thought Scour, so we're playing Delver. Maybe another mill game. Maybe another mill deck, actually. Interesting. Visions of Beyond tells me this is maybe a mill deck, but Hallowed Fountain is maybe just Jeskai Control. Probably just Jeskai Control, I'm thinking. So let's just do that. If he can somehow cast, or if they can somehow cast 4 spells in this turn, then I can prevent the damage at least. Not impossible with the likes of some of these cards, but not a big deal. Good. Throw that there down. Throw down a Howling Mine. Could just Spell Snare, maybe. No, good. So here's to hoping he doesn't have. They don't have 4 1-drops, because 14 damage will hurt. That's okay. The load isn't very good either. Could actually just win right now if they wanted to. With the likes of that. Whew, that was lucky. Come on, untap land. So, I probably need to be able to hold up some of these prevent damage spells. Just for the sake of... I think I'll get rid of one of the Angel Songs. Just for the sake of he's likely going to be attacking for 14 this turn. So, just got to keep that in mind. Okay, so... that explains some things. Looks like we're possibly up against Storm. Not possibly, we are up against Storm. Let's not be silly now. Okay, so it puts a trigger on that. It's a counter on that. So unfortunately here I can't just go ahead and ignore these guys here. I'm at too low a life total already if I don't. Kind of just hoping for a land. I don't even care if I lose this. That's okay. Ethereal Haze and Remand, so I did lose that by the looks of things. That is okay. So damaged Ravenna, they're going to put that on the bottom. Already having another one isn't really required. He's put his card on top, which was the Remand. An annoyance. Really just hoping for not that. So I suppose I'm left with having to hold up the Ethereal Haze. So I've got 8. I think I don't think I need 3 tutelages. I'm not likely to cast more than 2, so. So he could just win here if he has 2 counter spells in hand. I know he's got a Remand because he just scryed it to the top. Play that one there out. If he can counter that, then he has 1. Good. In that case, the rest of this stuff can just resolve. There's 12 counters on it. Let me copy that spell. That's interesting. What's he remanding? If he remands his Remand. He does. Good choice, good choice. That is an annoying thing about that deck. Like that. Two Pyromancer's Ascensions is not. Okay, so pretty much he's got a Remand in hand. All I can really do right now is Angel Sun twice to even survive. I might be able to survive this turn, but if I don't get a Supreme Verdict in that time, then there's probably not too much of a chance. That is a pretty good one. Nothing like draw 3. Yeah, I'll draw 2 anyway. She's targeting me here. So let's see how he decides to count that. If he just remands, then I can recast. Not too big a deal. So now, however, if he chooses to do something, if he has any counter spells here, which he appears to have, Had another remand. That's okay. So that'll be this game. Sideboard, I think we're just going to bring in a bit more creature removal. Got to be able to get rid of those Awakened Horrors or Thing in the Ices when they are. Thing in the Ices. Okay, looks cool. So, I think those two and those two. Maybe some counter stuff as well, not too sure about that. Gideon's good because you can take away the focus from us for a little bit. Maybe 2 of the Temple Bells and then 2 of the Angel Songs can go out. Maybe bring in 2 negates as well. Get rid of one of each of the 1-drop ones. 1-drop prevent all damage spells. Let's try that one. Good news is we do get to go first, of course. Okay, it's not too bad. Got a Supreme Verdict. That's good. Got a Tutelage. It's good. Got the 3 lanes to cast the Tutelage. Got a few prevent damage spells. I think I can keep that. There's no point in playing that island first. Daddy. That's fine. Howling Mine would be pretty good right now. Not vital, but certainly useful. Now the fact that he just went and searched for an island kind of says Blood Moon to me, which, as we learned from, I think it was game 1 or round 1, it does not help. Taxian could prevent, could counter that. I don't think it's too much use to me, him knowing what is in my hand. Just means whether or not he holds up for counter spells, which I imagine he will do. They will be doing anyway. So. What do they get? Really hoping they don't have a second land. That would be ideal for me. Very hopeful of me. So coming in untapped. So that's good. What do we got? Anamorphose, that's fine. Pyromancer's Ascension. Okay, so this means I get to land Sphinx's Tutelage. After that, it's pretty much just protect. And hope that he doesn't have, hope that they do not have a Blood Moon. Double Pyromancer's Ascension is not good. Good news is that they can't cast any of those things there. Can do that though. Damn. Okay, it's alright. So, holding up negates and other such cards now. Really hoping that they don't have too many of these wear and tears. Because otherwise that is going to be a problem. I kind of want to negate this, but at the same time it doesn't seem super useful because you just scry 2 cards to the top anyway. She plays another Serum Visions. Another Pyromancer's Ascension. This is going to be I probably could have counted that one. That was me just looking at things and going la-di-da-di-da. All good. Not all good. There's a 90% chance I'm going to get grape shotted soon. And I can only counter one of them. That's a lie, I can counter 2 of them, but still. So again, this is another one of those non-creature based decks that I'm just not going to do too well against. Even with the creatures like Thing in the Ice, this is still very much a controlling deck. Considering he's right now about to get cast Thought Scour 3 times. Can't do anything there. It's pretty much if they do something at the end of my turn, I can maybe counter some stuff. Any number of lightning bolts is going to be a problem. That's the number of lightning bolts that I didn't want. Any more than 0. Yeesh. 9 damage for 1 mana. It's pretty good. So there, isn't it? It's not much, but I will prevent 3 of that damage. Hopefully. See what they have to say about that, of course, but Jesus. Suppose that means you can remand as remand, kind of, doesn't it? I'm thinking it might be worth negating this remand here, because at least that way that... Is he remanding his remand? Oh, I'm so confused. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, so he's remanding the remand, and he remanded his lightning bolt. So he's still got a lightning bolt in hand, which is a problem. So I think I actually just accept that now, I suppose. So that doesn't go back to my hand. He still got 6 damage out of it. Yeah, that was pretty well played on their part. Because now he can just go Lightning Bolt again, deal 9 more damage. All I can do is attempt to counter it. I suppose I'll just counter one of them. I'll lose on the swing back anyway. So Storm decks are confusing. Did I end up negating a Lightning Bolt? Yeah, I only took 6 damage, okay, that's alright. And there goes any possibility. So that looks like that will be round 3. Just let it resolve, make sure everything happens. So definitely finding out a flaw with this deck is the lack of interaction, I suppose, with non-creature decks. As mentioned, or having 17 prevent combat damage spells against decks that don't have creatures, probably not too good a choice. If I use this deck again in the future, I think I'm definitely going to try and make it a bit more a little bit less one-dimensional. Instead of prevent all the damage until I can mill, it's going to be a little bit more counter-based until I can mill. But that's for round